I get a lot of the fruits at the top, specifically peach. And like I said, that's what I find to make this one a lot more feminine leaning. So we're gonna go ahead and spray this bad boy on and go from there. Beautiful atomizer. Chanel, you've got some competition. So initial blast, you're gonna get a hefty dose of straight up juicy peach, orange blossom, and a couple of those other citruses. The grapefruit is there, but it's not very strong. It is not something that's distinctively bitter as most people would think with the natural grapefruit. But this one, however, has a hefty dose of that jasmine, which does counteract the bitterness and adds this natural sweetness. So shortly after you get this blast of a juicy peach, you start to get these white florals, slightly musky with that natural honey. And after that, you're going to sense something that's a bit jammy and fruity at the same time. It's the raspberry. The raspberry and rose combination in this fragrance is intoxicating. The citruses haven't completely dropped off. You have this melody of white florals and that red rose, and it's got this nice base of natural sweetness. It doesn't stop there. Jamminess of the raspberry starts to contribute more of a sweetness, and you start to get this chocolate, creamy chocolate quality that starts to really warm up in the fragrance. I start to get this raspberry chocolate bar vibe. With a lot of those florals, it hasn't really gone anywhere, but that's what I start to distinctively pinpoint. It's not just raspberry and chocolate though. Nearing the mid, strangely enough, I start to get more of the orange blossom. At the top, it's not really shining as much as the peach, but once the peach starts to dry off or dissipate, my guess is that the peach is going to be a little bit more diffusive than that orange blossom. The orange blossom does get to shine a little bit more and blends beautifully with the raspberry, the chocolate, and really some of those white florals. So naturalistic smelling, extremely white floral dominant with that chocolate and the raspberry. And as this one starts to dry down, you're gonna drop a lot of that sweetness, and it starts to turn a bit more ambery, woody, and creamy. The labdanum in this fragrance contributes a little bit of a leather nuance. That's not by any means going to be anything animalic. It's not gonna be anything bold, but rather it just blends in very beautifully, creating this nice dense base for the entire fragrance.